I'd like to call the regular meeting of September 25th, 2024 to order at 6 o'clock. I'd like to start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the town of Winnipeg Beach is located on First Nations Treaty 1 territory. The traditional territory and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, the Cree, the Ojibwe, the Dene, and the Dakota people, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties made on these territories. We dedicate ourselves to move forward with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration to make Manitoba an inclusive and accessible place for everyone who lives here. And before we move forward with the meeting of council, I'd like to remind everyone in the gallery to refrain from conversations or other behaviors that might disrupt council proceedings.
Be it resolved that the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following additions/deletions. Addition, bandstand honorarium report and explanation. Deletion, delegation, rescheduled for October 23rd, 2024. Addition, Canada Community Building Fund Agreement.
Can I get a mover, please? Mr. Gendron. Need a seconder, please? Mr. Kozlowski. I'd like to add another addition, message from the mayor. Anything else?
I would like to ask for 1010 to be deleted, please.
For what?
Item 10.10 to be deleted from the agenda.
And can you tell me what that is, please?
The letter for reconsideration for a medical leave for the mayor.
And can you tell me your reasons for wanting to have that deleted, please?
I think that the mayor can go, my question was, or original statement was virtual. That there's no reason why, and I might as well say you, Pam, there's no reason why you couldn't be on the phone. You phoned me in my car.
I'm asking you why you would like that item deleted.
I think, first of all, I think it's incorrect. I think it's very incorrect, and I think it's very defamatory towards me.
Councillor Jarvis, when anybody sends in correspondence to mayor or council, whatever we think of the content of it, it comes to this table.
I understand.
We aren't in the business of censoring our citizens.
I
We are in the
understand
business
that.
of hearing them.
I understand that, but it's
So,
completely erroneous and it's defamatory towards me, and I don't like that.
I understand that you don't like it, but I do not believe that is a reason to take comments off the agenda just because council takes...
Have you read it?
Yes, I have.
And did you think that that's a true reflection of the conversation that you and I had in my car?
Councillor
when you phoned me?
Jarvis, Councillor Jarvis, this is about us being open and transparent as a council. That's our job. We can have any one of our citizens or taxpayers send letters into mayor and council saying, I think you're doing a bad job. I think you guys shouldn't have decided this, you should have decided that. And it's not our prerogative to censor our taxpayers because we don't like their opinions. It's our job here to listen to all of our taxpayers, whether we agree with their opinions or not. That's our job. We don't get to censor people because we don't agree with them.
I have a suggestion then. Why don't you and I and whoever wrote this letter get together and we sit down and we talk about it? As opposed to you sit there and tell me that it's okay for somebody to say that they fear retaliation from me, which is completely erroneous.
Councillor Jarvis,
yeah.
you keep getting into the details of the letter as opposed to the idea that our taxpayers get to have a voice at this table.
Even if they're not telling the truth.
Even if you don't agree with them.
Even if they're not telling the truth.
Even if you don't agree
Even
with
if they're not telling the truth.
They're telling their truth.
So if
That's
it gets posted.
Could you please be interrupting me?
Well, it's my name that's on the letter.
Councillor Jarvis, this is about listening to people who send correspondence into this table.
That make up
And
things.
excuse me, do not interrupt me, I'm speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Our taxpayers are the ones that pay for us to be here.
Including you.
Excuse me,
Mhm.
I'm asking you not to interrupt. Show some respect for this table.
Well, there's no
Show-
respect in that letter. I'll tell you that
Will
right
you
now.
please stop interrupting? Every taxpayer out there gets to have their opinion and gets to challenge council. And we do not have the ability or the right to censor their opinions because we don't like them. If we got a letter in from somebody on one of our taxpayers saying, I hated all your bands, if we happen to like the bands, do we get to say, we don't want that person's voice heard at this table? No, we don't. As a council, if someone addresses correspondence to this table, then this table needs to hear it. Whether you agree with it or not, you get to disagree with it. Absolutely. But we don't get to censor people's voices. Is there anybody else who has something to say?
I do. We had a serious problem with the previous administration with regards to FIPA complaints, to the point where we were required to answer to the province for personal information being released. This administration is doing what they can to protect people's personal information. I am in agreement. If anyone at this table disagrees what's in that letter, they will have the opportunity to address that at the time that we get to that agenda item. I would also like to point out that not one councillor's name was mentioned in that letter. There was no mention of Councillor Jarvis's name, Councillor Hole's, my name, or Councillor Kozlowski's. So there is no name mentioned in that letter. If there is discussion or concern about it, then it happens when the agenda item is raised. I do have a concern as to how this council votes, that unless it is allowed to be removed, that any additions and deletions to the agenda won't happen. So I will be voting to support it, only because I want the other things that need to be on this agenda for us to do business, to be on the agenda for us to do business.
Any other comments? Councillor Jarvis.
I think it's pretty axiomatic that it's directed at me, because it even talks about what I mentioned in the meeting.
Councillor Jarvis, this isn't about you. This is about presenting to council all correspondence that comes to council, whether we agree with the opinion or not. You absolutely get to have your opinion about the content of the letter when we get to that part of the meeting. But until then, we cannot be censoring people's opinions at this table. We cannot. Because that means that depending upon who's sitting here, we get to choose the voices we want to hear from. That's not okay. That's not how this table works. Councillor Kozlowski.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to say why I'm wearing glasses tonight. I had both eyes done last week, so I'll be taking them on and off. But anyways, I'd like to ask the CAO if there's a policy or any bylaw in regards to anonymous letters, etc.
So we do have a policy that does state about redacting personal information, and I did provide that to council in an email earlier this week. In regards to the request for deletion, our procedural bylaw item 7.1 does permit council to request, council may add or delete from the agenda at a regular meeting of council by majority vote of members present. So when a member of council asks for an item to be added or deleted, it does get listed by resolution and then voted on by council. Council does have the option, if they so choose, unlike our regular standard format that lists all the items as inclusive under one resolution, to have each item or deletion approved by separate resolutions if they so choose, but that's a directive I would need. We can, if a member of council has requested an item for deletion or addition, it does have to go to vote. I cannot not record that request.
And that policy can be changed with a vote?
Well, if
Because it's a
council,
policy, right, so it can be changed.
That policy was created, Councillor Kozlowski, because we got a bad knuckle rap from the province for releasing people's personal information
Right.
on our agendas. So I'm not sure why we would want to change a policy that we had to answer to the province for because of sloppiness with a minute. I understand that there might be some concern as to where it came from, but we need to trust our CAO in the fact that this wasn't just an anonymous letter or something that was made up. She has a responsibility to not just the public, but to this council as well. And I have the utmost confidence in our CAO that if it was a made-up or erroneous letter, that would have been addressed by the CAO before it came to this table.
Well, you might know where it came from, the other councillors don't.
Why would you think I know where it came from?
I said you might.
And why
Excuse
would
me,
you?
please do not interrupt each other.
And I would like to know why you would think I might know.
Because you're deputy mayor.
Just because I'm deputy mayor, that makes no difference as to what is redacted information. I am another person at this table, Councillor Kozlowski. So if that is what you've been thinking, perhaps you could sit down and have a conversation with the CAO to see what I am entitled to and what I'm not entitled to, because I'm not entitled to anything different than the other 4 people at this table.
Other comments?
My thought process is maybe the letter should have been in camera, that's all. Because it deals with personnel or personal, that's all.
Well, I think that what the person is responding to was a conversation that wasn't held in camera. It was
I think
held
all that
publicly.
should have been.
Pardon me?
I think it should have been.
Well, it wasn't, so.
I have a question for the CAO. Under what is entitled to be in camera for personnel, does that include members of council or is that only employees of the town?
I would have to go to the municipal act, I don't know it verbatim.
Okay. Thank you.
Just turn this down so we can hear each other. So looking for direction from council or from our CAO?
So the motion on the question is the addition and deletions being presented is what the motion is.
Madam Mayor,
Oh, Councillor Gendron?
I would like to see the deletion as a separate resolution, please.
Can we do that? Shannon?
You guys are sure, we can do that, yes, we can create I think in fairness, then every addition or deletion should be a separate resolution and not just segregate one item in fairness and transparency. If the request is to have each item have its own resolution, that would be most appropriate for the table, not segregate one item versus another.
Okay. Then let's do that, please. Okay, sorry for the additional work.
So then we would look at needing to, so the resolution was read with all listings, then,
Okay. Then if it's putting all, it's going to be the same outcome. It's putting all the same, all of the deletions together and all of the additions together, then we might as well just do it all as one. Because there are things that need to be deleted from the agenda that yeah. You can just ignore my request.
so be it resolved, the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following additions, deletion. Addition, bandstand honorarium report and explanation. Deletion, delegation rescheduled for October 23rd, 2024. Addition, Canada Community Building Fund Agreement. Addition, mayoral message. Deletion, request for reconsideration. Letter to council, request for reconsideration.
So we're voting on that first?
So are we voting individually? Is that, or, so then I heard that we were.
Yeah, let's voting.
We want each
Yeah.
Be it resolved that the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following addition: bandstand honorarium report and explanation. I would need a mover.
Can I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis. Seconder, please. Councillor Gendron.
All in favor?
All in favor? Carried.
That one's carried. Be it resolved, the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following deletion: delegation, rescheduled for October 23rd, 2024.
Can I get a mover, please? Councillor Kozlowski. Can I get a seconder, please? Councillor Cool. All in favor? Carried.
Be it resolved, the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following addition: Canada Community Building Fund Agreement.
Need a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis. Seconder, please. Councillor Gendron. All in favor? Carried.
Be it resolved that the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following addition: mayoral message.
Need a mover, please? Councillor Gendron. Can I get a seconder, please? Councillor Poole. All in favor? Carried.
Be it resolved that the agenda for the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting of council be approved as per the following deletion: letter to council, request for consideration.
I'd like to request a recorded vote, please.
Can I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis. Can I get a seconder, please? Councillor Kozlowski. All in favor? Carried.
No, opposed? She needs to record
All in
those
favor?
opposed.
All in favor?
Opposed? Carried. I'd like to actually start with a message from the mayor. I ran for office for mayor because I love our town and I love our community. And I believe that Winnipeg Beach has great potential. I've sat on many councils, on many boards, committees, both locally and provincially, and I have a strong belief in what groups of folks can do when we work together with integrity, with honesty, and with respect. I know when this happens, there is no stopping the good work that can be done. In the past 2 years, we have accomplished a lot in our community. We've straightened out our budgets. We've secured an amazing grant for our fire department and started a lottery that will pay for our fire equipment for years to come. We've secured and supported amazing staff, both administrative staff as well as public works and utilities. We have and continue to work on our drainage issues, our lagoon issues. We have a new motel being built on Main Street this fall. We're cleaning up properties. We have a wonderful food cupboard in town. We have a new Destination Winnipeg Beach Committee, which will be running the existing events and creating events for all. These things happened because of the dedicated work of our CAO and our administrative staff. This has also occurred because community members are stepping up and getting involved with our wonderful town. I see folks who are helping at the food cupboard, both volunteering and making donations. I'm hearing about all the folks who are helping fix the caboose up, which is looking great, by the way. Some bringing their hammers and their paintbrushes, sometimes the paint as well. Some bringing food. Everyone doing what they can to contribute to and support our community. I see volunteers from Destination Winnipeg Beach offering their time to make our community a warm, fun, and inviting place to be. It warms my heart to see these things happen because this speaks to who we are as a community. Getting involved, supporting for and caring about each other and our community because we know it's the right thing to do. I also believe that our community members have been much more engaged with what happens at this table, which is how it should be. And I'm very excited about that. It's been wonderful having so many folks come out to our public forums and our public hearings. It's been great to see the interest folks have about what is happening in our community. And I'm asking taxpayers to get even more involved. When election time comes, get to know your candidates. Find out what they have to offer this town. Find out what their motivations are in being on council. Ask them about their platform. Ask them for their vision for this town in 4 years and in 10 years. Ask them for what they stand for, what their values are. Get an idea about their moral compass. Determine if they are running for a sense of ego and power or to be working collaboratively with others to create a great community. Ask them how they will work with other folks on this council who may have differing views or differing personalities or differing opinions. Then vote for who can best represent you at this table. And once they are at the table, feel free to approach us. Ask us why we're making the decisions that we're making. Challenge us to do the best that we can and should be doing. This is your right as a taxpayer. This is your responsibility. Don't forget, we're here to work for you and for the best interest of your town. And when election time comes, I'm asking each of our taxpayers to think very clearly about getting involved and throwing your hat in the ring. Run for office. There are so many community members that I've met over the past 2 years who have so many good ideas and are so dedicated to this town. When a group of folks come together in the spirit of collaboration, cooperation, honesty, and respect, and work together at this table towards a united goal, there's no limit as to what we can accomplish. It matters who's sitting at this table. We're the leaders of this town. What we do and how we do it matters. We have the duty and the responsibility, and I would also say the privilege, of dedicating our time, our energy, and our focus to leading this town in a good way. This includes putting the well-being of this town and its citizens first and foremost. It means making good decisions for the best interests of this town and all community members, sometimes in spite of our own personal feelings and our own personal agendas. It means bringing integrity and honesty and respect to this table. It means having open and full discussions at this table so that we can hear each other's opinions, be informed by each person's different perspective, and work together to make informed decisions about how we can move this community forward. It's hard work for sure, but that's what we signed up for. Our community deserves no less from us. Some of you might know that I've developed a medical issue. I have a herniated disc, which has caused many complications, for which I'm on strong medication and reduced activity to manage this pain, which includes not being able to sit for more than 15 minutes. My healthcare providers recommend that I take time off in order to heal. I requested a medical leave at our last council meeting. However, 3 members of this council voted to deny this request, believing, some of them, that on this strong medication, where I hardly know whether it's Tuesday or August, I can phone in my opinions. I'm attending this meeting today without the benefit of medications, so I can think clearly about what I'm saying. I love this town. I love this community. And I've done the best that I was able to do under some very, very trying and difficult circumstances at this table. Having to listen to homophobic slurs, having a code of conduct brought against me that our provincial reviewer stated that the complaint was vexatious, had no reasonable or sound basis in fact or in law, is without merit, and was brought with the primary intent of harassing, discriminating, or subduing myself, and this council still voting to go ahead and have a formal investigation done that's going to cost these taxpayers, you taxpayers, $30,000. It's been a challenging time. However, I have loved my time working with this community. I want to thank the community for giving me the honor and the privilege of working for you. I also want to thank the community for all the care and support I've received during this time. However, I've been put in the untenable position of having to choose between my health or continuing my duties for this town. So after much consideration and with very deep sadness, I hereby submit my resignation as your mayor, effective immediately. And I want to ask Councillor Gendron to please take over the meeting. Sharon, this is my resignation.
My husband, they've never seen me cry at this table. Well, we have business to conduct. Okay.
Be it hereby resolved that the minutes of the September 11th, 2024 regular meeting be approved as circulated.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Hall, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Kozlowski. All in favor? Carried.
Be it resolved that council has received and is satisfied with the bandstand honorarium report as requested by resolution 2024/370.
Could I get a mover,
And
please?
further be it resolved that check number 23493 be authorized as replacement for check number 23423.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. Take it everyone is satisfied with the report based on the questions from last meeting? All in favor? Carried.
Be it hereby resolved that council approves the accounts payable listing being check number 23436 to number 23515, inclusive of checks, electronic payments, and payroll issued in the amount of $130,233.12 as circulated.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Kozlowski. Any questions with regard to the payables? All in favor? Carried.
Item 9.1, Fire Department Fleet Renewal Tender. Whereas a public tender was posted on Merck's to provide quotes for the purpose of the Fire Department Fleet Replacement Project, consisting of one new pumper truck and one new tanker truck. And whereas one quote was received by Fort Garry Fire Trucks, therefore be it resolved that council approve and award the tender to Fort Garry Fire Trucks in the amount of $1,389,638.96 plus applicable taxes.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, seconder, please. Councillor Kozlowski. Okay, so we have a report from the CAO and additional information. Any comments on the CAO report?
I support the recommendation.
Anyone else have anything?
No.
So the recommendation to not pay anything up front,
Wait, no prepayment.
continue to accrue the interest. Okay, all in favor? Carried.
Item 9.2, fire department take a year off lottery, placed on council that, as per council supported the resolution, just keeping council informed.
Okay, so ticket sales are up and running. If everybody could take the time to share on the social media platforms as you see fit, it will be help with getting the word around. They unfortunately were planning on doing a blood set, the show and shine, but due to the weather, they missed out on that opportunity. And I'd like to thank our fire chief, Dave Schellenberg, and our CAO. A lot of work went into this, into getting it up and running in time for this year, so thank you to both of them.
Item 10.1, be it hereby resolved that council for the town of Winnipeg Beach authorize a donation in the amount of blank to the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 61 for the Christmas tea and bake sale held November 16th, 2024.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, seconder. Councillor Kozlowski. As you can see in the CEO's report, these types of requests are treated differently from the actual grant requests that we do annually, and is recommend. Did you recommend the amount, or did I imagine that? Yeah, to go ahead and same as last year. Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So $500, Sharon. All in favor? Carried.
Be it hereby resolved that council accept, item 10.2, be it hereby resolved that council accept the year-end March 2023 audited financial statement from East Interlake Watershed District as presented, and further be it resolved that council accept the year-end March 2024 audited financial statement from East Interlake Watershed District as presented.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Carried.
Item 10.3 for council discussion.
Okay, so there was, CEO submitted a report with regard to, we really are lacking high quality video and photos and things of the community, so that when there is a request, we're not current. We run the risk of not being included on things, and she is suggesting that we consider this for budget discussions, right, Sharon? Yeah, consider it for an initiative on our financial plan for next year. Is everyone in agreement of the need for this? And
Yeah.
okay.
Item 10.4, be it hereby resolved that council authorize administration to apply for the Healthy Together Now grant intake for the Circle of Securing Parenting Program, Safe Serve and Food Handler course, and Go Girl Skate program at a maximum cost of $2,600.
Can I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Kozlowski. Any comments?
It's good.
Good with that?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all in favor? Carried.
Be it hereby resolved that council approve blank to attend West Shore Community Foundation's Donor Appreciation and Scholarship Awards night being held in Gimli on October 4th, 2024, with no registration fee, out-of-pocket expenses, and travel per diem are applicable.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. Sorry, we missed 10.5, right?
Oh, sorry, yes, we did, sorry,
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Sorry, do you want to finish this one and then we'll go back? Okay. Is there anybody available to attend? No? Yeah, October 4th.
Chris wants to go.
Oh, Chris is going?
Well, no, but Chris is going as, she's on the committee as an employee of the town. I do know when I was able to attend the last one, they were very pleased to see council representation at
Okay,
it.
yeah, oh,
Councillor Hall will go?
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to raise was, Krista does sit on this committee. Is everybody in favor of her having her mileage and her time covered?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so to approve the rec manager and councillor Hall
Yeah.
and the rec manager?
Okay. Sorry, I got a little lost there. Who moved it and who seconded it?
I moved it.
Yeah?
And Barry seconded it.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Now back to 10.5.
Item 10.5,
Yeah, so at our last North Chapter meeting, the election was raised. We have two representatives that are represent the North Chapter. We're represented very well, and they have both indicated that it is their intention to submit their name for re-election. So just some information on that. Unless there is somebody here who wants to. No? Okay. Okay.
item 10.7, whereas the Council for the Town of Winnipeg Beach recognizes the importance of a clear and comprehensive strategic plan to guide our initiatives and resource allocation, and whereas the strategic planning process involves extensive consultation with stakeholders, community members, and experts to ensure thorough understanding of our current landscape and future goals, therefore be it resolved that Council hereby accepts the strategic plan proposal presented by Gov Fox.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. Everyone's had a chance to take a look at the proposal. Thoughts, comments?
I stick with CAO's recommendation. Accept the proposal.
Okay. All in favor? Carried.
Item 10.8, be it hereby resolved that Council waive the rental fee for the use of the rec facility for a staff member event on October 6, 2024.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. Any comments, concerns, questions? No? All in favor? Carried.
Item 10.9, letter to Council, Linden Trees.
Oh, so could I get a member, please?
There is no
Oh,
resolution.
there is no resolution? Oh, sorry. Okay. So there was the letter addressed to Mayor and Council with concern about the trees, response from the Public Works Manager. Any? Councillor Jarvis?
I concur in the one thing, and that's the cottonwoods by the beachside park. By definition, a cottonwood is a really weak tree, and maybe in 10 years it's going to lift that asphalt right off that tennis court. And you can look at the ones in the park. They have surface roots, and eventually it's just going to. They're too close to the actual tennis court, and within 5 to 10 years, those roots would be inside the tennis court. So maybe if they want to look at those ones.
Okay, so who's they? Because
The Public Works.
Well, Public Works has planted them the way they thought to plant them.
I'm just suggesting they're
No.
a really, really weak tree. And if you go into the park, you'll see half of them there's a 40% deadfall in them. It's a heavy tree. They have surface roots. It'll lift that asphalt right off that tennis court.
So I guess what
Maybe relocate them.
What
make
I'm
them-
asking though is, do we want to spend some money on somebody coming out, taking a look at what's been done and making recommendations for what could be done to improve the survival chance of some of the trees and what they need to do in order to
Well, I'm saying that the trees that are there now, the
Yeah.
cottonwoods, and they're right beside, they're
Yeah.
within 5 to 10 feet of the fence.
Yeah.
In 10 years,
Yeah.
that cotton, it'll be in the tent, you'll end up, instead of replacing the tree, you'll replace the tennis court.
And I understand
Yeah.
that, but
Maybe, I'm
do
not
we want,
suggesting it's
do we
better.
want somebody to actually be, Councillor Hall,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
that we need to get somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, and we need, yes, Councillor?
Yeah, I was reading some information also about the linden trees. They should have been planted, they say 20 to 30 feet across because the canopy is large on them. It's 20 to 30 feet wide.
Yeah.
So maybe do some research or something to come out and
Well, I think we've had the response from the Public Works Manager, so I think if we're looking at more, we need to bring somebody in to provide some
agree.
assistance. Now, we need to, okay, Sharon, do we need Joe to maybe check out costs, or do we just put an upper limit on it now?
That's a council decision.
I know it is. So, do we want the Public Works Manager to cost out somebody coming out?
Yeah.
And then we'll relook at it at next council meeting and determine how much we're wanting to spend?
And that's just to relocate them, or?
Well, it's to take a look at the whole, I am thinking, and Councillor Hall, you can tell me if you're thinking the same thing, I'm looking at, they need to look at the plantings as a whole, everything that was done.
Yeah.
What, yeah,
And they may give us
And
ideas
then-
on where to plant in the future too.
yeah, and is there some things that can be done to save any concerns that this person brought up in the letter, and things that you've raised, Councillor Jarvis and Councillor Kozlowski as well? What can we do to save as many as we can, and what's it gonna cost us?
So is council requesting a request for quote be issued?
Yeah, for consultation, for an
An
arborist consultation to review what's been done and make recommendations to improve.
And I think the only two areas are the footbridge, which they're talking about, at the end of Laurel and Grove, and then the park, Beachside Park.
Well, I think it might be prudent if we have them look at everywhere they've planted,
Yeah.
because they are all
I-
planted the
yeah.
same distance
I
apart.
concur with what, in the letter, that especially about the poplars, they're a bad tree.
Just pulling that up here. Oh, no, that looks okay, so. So be it hereby resolved that council direct administration to issue a request for quote for arborist assessment and recommendation report.
Can I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall, all in favor? Item 10.
Addition 11.1. Be it hereby resolved that the deputy mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the municipal agreement under the Canada Community Building Fund.
Can I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, seconder. Councillor Kozlowski. Discussion?
This is the gas tax we talked about in the last
Yes, it
meeting,
is.
so I don't think we have a choice, right? We have to sign it.
Well, if you don't sign it, you don't get the funds.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna support it.
All in favor? Carried.
Be it resolved that council accepts the committee reports as presented.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis. Could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Hall. You've all had a chance to look at them. Anybody have any questions? Comments? All in favor? Carried.
Item 13.1, roundtable discussions.
Anybody been to add anything or have anything they need to bring up for Councillor Jarvis?
Just a reminder, I think it was, that was the MEC conference that we talked about. Remember, it was the same as the revision. And we had put down me and/or the mayor. Do we have the revision meeting? Is that gonna?
So currently there are 4 active applications that have not reached owner-assessor agreements. However, there is still time, the deadlines have not passed yet.
So it
Just-
conflicts with the MEC
Okay.
conference, so obviously we're not gonna go to the MEC conference.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, there's no, yeah,
yeah,
it's a conflict.
okay.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay,
Be it hereby resolved that council approves the council committee and board reports as presented.
gonna get a mover, Councillor Kozlowski, seconder, Councillor Jarvis. Anything there, anyone? All in favor? Carried.
Be it hereby resolved that the correspondence be accepted as circulated.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis, seconder, Councillor Hall. Any comments? Sharon, the grant application, can you refresh me with what this was for?
So that was for our ground search and rescue.
Right, sorry.
So there was an
Right, yeah,
opportunity
yeah.
to
Sorry, yeah.
apply for that.
Just wondering if, do you think it would be beneficial to be reaching out to them for some feedback on?
I have already,
Okay,
I
okay.
have not received a return email as of yet.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried.
Be it hereby resolved that council moves in camera at 6:47 PM to discuss matters that are in the preliminary stages, and be it further resolved that any matters discussed while in camera be held confidential until such time as discussed in open council.
Could I get a member, please? Councillor Jarvis, could I get a seconder, please? Councillor Kozlowski. For those in the gallery, there is nothing being discussed in camera that would result in a resolution after we are out of camera. So there will be we'll come out and we'll close the meeting. All in favor? Carried. Do you need Jody to shut it off?
Audio is good, visual is good.
Be it hereby resolved that council moves out of camera at 7:02 PM and resumes the regular meeting of council.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Jarvis, seconder, please. Councillor Kozlowski, all in favor?
Be it hereby resolved that the council adjourns the September 25th, 2024 regular meeting at 7:02.
Could I get a mover, please? Councillor Holt, seconder, Councillor Jarvis, all in favor?